Hey, it's Lori Cloud at Keller Williams Music City, and I wanted to take 3 minutes of your time to really give you some perspective on what you're hearing in the news and how it specifically relates to our market here in the Middle Tennessee area. So I know that you're feeling the pressure with interest rates rising. You're hearing all the media chatter, and a lot of it is just fear mongering and trying to get headlines. So I want to give you some facts that you can rely on as you think about if it's the right time for you to buy right now. Obviously, as interest rates rise, you do lose purchase power. You're going to have to shop in a different price category. But understand that there's also some opportunities here with these rising interest rates, because you need to know that, number one, Nashville home prices are not predicted by anyone to be decreasing. All the economic forecasts for our area and who've been looking at the trajectory and the population growth we are having, no one sees that, given our inventory situation, that even if we had a flood of new homes come on the market, we still would not be able to keep up with the demand. So prices are not going to come down. Now they will start to stabilize, and that's an opportunity for you. Number two, our current interest rate is right now at about 6% for a 30-year conventional loan. And a couple things: you don't have to put 20% down. And as you think about that rate, when people have done studies over the last 30 years of interest rates and where they've been, we are just now at 6% at what is typically our historic national average. That we were at historic lows in the 2s and 3s, and I kept telling everyone that is free money. You better jump on it. Who cares how much the house costs? That's free money, because it was more important what the interest rate was than how expensive the house was. So those days are gone. We know that interest rates have doubled, but for most of us that are my age and older, a 6% interest rate is still very affordable and reasonable. It's for those of you who are younger, who just have never even seen anything but 2s and 3s. It's very shocking, and I totally understand that. But let's put it in perspective about that. This is our country's historic average is 6%. Number three, experts do not believe that in the short term rates are going to be coming down. So that also means that if you still qualify and you still have good credit, this is your opportunity, because some of the buying pool has thinned, the herd has thinned. They no longer can be in the same either price category as you, or they cannot afford, unfortunately, to buy a house at all right now. They're going to need to stay renters for a beat. And we all know that rent rates are not very inexpensive right now either. So is it a good time for you to buy? Well, there are a lot of factors, and that's what I'd love to get on the phone with you and talk through that. Let's get a lender on the phone to also talk through the pros and cons of rent versus buy, because the one good opportunity, a couple of good things that I want to leave you with on a positive note is, because of this interest rate hike, like I said, you have less competition. The bidding wars are not as prevalent. Homes are staying on market longer. You don't have to run and be there in 2 hours when you see it come on the market to have a shot. And for 3 months in a row, we have seen an increase in inventory. And when we see that, we know that that is not just a fluke. That is a trend. And I'm going to put some links to some articles. There's one article that said they did a survey of people that said, if you're going to sell your house, when do you think you're going to sell it? 64% of the people who intend to sell their house said that they were going to sell their house by August or September. So we know there more inventory is going to be coming. So that means you start to have a little more leverage in the negotiations. We can actually feel emboldened to ask for repairs for the big stuff, right? So basically, the good news for you is, if you're not in a category as somebody with shaky credit or doesn't have enough cash for at least a 5 to 10% down payment anymore, that you actually are going to be competing against fewer people. Fewer competition means a better price point you're going to be able to land a home for. So check out the articles. I don't want you to just think it's my opinion. This is from all the data we're reading, and Keller Williams, which puts a big emphasis on data analysis. If you are thinking about buying but still trying to kind of wrap your head around whether it's a good time for you, please let's set an appointment and talk about it and get a lender on the phone. We want an expert's opinion who controls the money that you need to borrow. All right? Go out there. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this was encouraging.